Welcome to the Rewatch Ryan YouTube channel. My name is Ryan Snelling. Happy October 2nd. This is officially the second installment of 31 Days, 31 Horrors. One watch along per day covering a classic horror movie that I have never seen before. This entire series is about addressing this large blind spot of mine. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, at Rewatch Ryan. Thank you so much to those of you who watched my first episode watching Psycho. It was the first time ever I've done a video like this. It was an absolute pain in the ass to edit. It wasn't a pain to talk about. It was a pain to edit. I did about 5 passes before I finally was able to upload it without a copyright strike. And yes, it completely butchered most of the material, but I'm proud of it, and I think this one right here is going to be even better production-wise. You can follow along with everything I'm doing here if you follow me on Letterboxd to letterboxd.com/rewatchryan. If you look in the description down below, you'll see a link that goes straight to my profile, and you will see a link that goes straight to the list of movies that I'm covering day to day in 31 Days, 31 Horrors. There are 34 movies technically on the list, and I just had 3 extras just in case I wanted to skip one. There's a couple sequels on there, so if I decide against watching a sequel, I'll just move on to the next movie that I have on deck. With that said, we're going to begin today watching the 1968 horror classic Rosemary's Baby, directed by Roman Polanski, who was charged decades ago with sexual abuse, and he has since been spending his time in France to avoid extradition, and I just don't think anyone cares about that scumbag anymore. This movie stars Mia Farrow, who I'm not really that familiar with. Unfortunately, I learned everything I know about her through the Alan V. Farrow documentary. I feel like I've heard this movie mentioned various times over the years through like filmmaking documentaries. I feel like it's come out of like filmmakers' mouths based on the history and the controversy that is always surrounding this lead actress and this director. I know literally nothing about this movie. I remember Roman Polanski's presence sort of being in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, of course being married to Sharon Tate, and I think they mention Rosemary's Baby in that movie as well, but that's kind of all I got. Like, honestly, I don't even know the plot of the movie. I've already said everything I know. The only thing that potentially hurts me, and maybe potentially hurts you, is all the controversy, but I get to plead ignorance. Luckily, I don't know a whole lot about it. I think I'm going to be able to separate art from artist, and I just hope to get a good horror movie. I'm hoping to click with it a little bit better, and I'm hopeful. So all that down, again, going completely blind into this, Rosemary's Baby. If I recall, I read that this is Mia Farrow doing this vocal. I'm already creeped out. This movie also opens with a little cityscape, just like Psycho did. This is in color. Shout out Ralph Bellamy for being Dr. Saperstein. I am really excited. This is starting pretty creepy already. It's not often that I get to experience something completely fresh. Also written by Roman Polanski. I think it was nominated for an Oscar. The supporting actress won, and I believe the screenplay was nominated, if I remember correctly.
Are you a doctor?
Yes.
He's an actor.
Oh, an actor? We're very popular with actors. This way, please.
You want to hear something funny? I don't even know if that's Mia Farrow. For release
Right
playing?
to the end. In one of the
I
first
recognize
women
that older
lawyers,
actor.
upstate.
I don't know who it is, though.
Herbs, mostly.
A nice large bathroom.
Mint, basil.
No marijuana?
I was about to make that joke. I could have written this.
That's odd. There's a closet behind that secretary. I'm sure there is.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're right.
She moved it. It used to be there.
Can I also mention very quickly, that I love this poster. It's like maybe one of my favorite movie posters ever.
Roman, bring me out some root beer when you come.
That is the worst. Living in a building, hearing other people. God.
Hey, let's make love.
And this is how they make Rosemary's Baby. Is this maybe the worst sex scene I've ever seen in my life? Make it. Make it. Make Rosemary's Baby. I appreciate the pacing of this movie. I just realized that this is, what, 2 hours and 15 minutes roughly?
It was a good friend of the Castavets. She used to grow all kinds of herbs and things for her to cook
I
with.
saw those
Marijuana?
plants. Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't it? Mm-hmm. Mrs. Castavet gave it to me. It's good luck. Or anyway, it's supposed to be. It's got some stuff inside.
Is that the Power Stone? Is there like a cult next door?
Get back now, will you please? Get back. There's nothing to see. Oh. Get back, will you please?
Oh shit.
Get back.
Good luck charm my ass.
You folks, the Castavets on the 7th floor?
We are?
You'd better brace yourself for some bad news. She's dead. Jumped out of the window.
That's not possible. That's a mistake.
I knew this would happen. She got deeply depressed every 3 weeks or so. I told my wife about it, but she poo-pooed me.
She poo-pooed you.
Well, it doesn't mean she killed herself. She's a very happy girl with no reason for self-destruction. She must have been cleaning the windows or something.
She wasn't cleaning windows at midnight.
Why not? Maybe she was.
Is that her handwriting?
Are you sad? So which was it? Was she depressed every 3 weeks or was she happy?
That's nice. What is that? That's the TV room?
Well, only temporarily. It's going to be a nursery.
Oh, you're pregnant?
No, not yet. I hope to be as soon as we're settled.
Your
Is
friend
she on some herbs as
Harry
well?
told
I mean,
me.
Oh, my goodness.
what a wacko.
Yoo-hoo.
I wouldn't have gone to this dinner. I mean, no way in hell I would have gone to this dinner.
Yes, please. You have a most interesting inequality.
This movie is so interesting because there's been like no sign of horror so far, even a sort of a build-up. I mean, very dialogue heavy, weird characters. I mean, it's all very odd.
About that steak, huh?
Man, these edits are really interesting too. I love them.
This is for you from Roman and me.
For me?
Just a little present is all. For moving in.
There's no
It's
reason.
real old. It's over
Is it the
300
Power Stone?
years.
Yep, it sure is.
Oh, yeah.
My precious. Okay, I'm starting to anticipate some things, predict some things, but I'm going to stay quiet. Also, this movie isn't delivering on the whole baby premise, considering she's on her period. These old geezers are trying to keep these guys fed, and I didn't anticipate the creepy old people angle.
It's good.
Yeah, you're eating poison.
Has an undertaste. A chalky undertaste.
Come on, the old bat slaved all day. Now eat it.
I love that he cared so much that they had that moose.
What's not put this afternoon? Perhaps we are being undignified, but this is a special day. And a special day it has been.
That's a great spot for my Yamaha commercial.
Church.
What is it?
Dizzy. Nice.
Sleep is what you need. Good night's sleep.
to make a baby.
Tomorrow, that's plenty of time.
I was gonna say, don't do it now.
Just a nap. There's always a chance it was Rabbit.
If the music bothers you, let me know, and I'll have it stopped.
This is no dream. This is really happening.
Well, she conceived a demon baby. So the husband is a part of this? What's up? What's going on? Is that why he wanted her to eat that so badly?
Don't yell. I already filed him down. I didn't want to miss baby night.
You.
And a couple of
While
my
I was
nails were
out?
ragged, and it was kind of fun in a necrophile sort
Oh,
of way.
God. Oh, I don't want...
Now, that's what I call good news. Listen, do you got a good doctor?
Oh,
Get you a demon doctor for your demon baby.
Yeah, isn't it? I'm in her apartment right now.
Man, they're setting you up.
And,
The hospitality of this
take care
cult.
you. Wouldn't charge you none of your fancy
Top
stuff
notch.
Prices, neither.
No pregnancy was ever exactly like the ones described in the books. And don't listen to your friends either.
Oh my God, why is Rosemary this stupid? That makes no sense.
It'd be non-violent, stupid. I'm in love with no one, especially not your fat wife. What's that?
I've been to Vidal Sassoon.
Not Vidal
You
Sassoon.
paid for that.
I have a pain.
Where?
Here.
Ridiculous. I mean, why don't you see Saperstein? I mean,
Isn't Saperstein John Ralphio's last name in Parks and Rec? You know, she just wants a lovely wife with her husband, a kid, a nice place to live. But she's a little dim. I feel icky and gross.
you look great. It's that haircut that looks awful.
Oh, wow.
You want the truth, honey? That's the worst mistake you ever made.
Mrs. Castevet makes a vitamin drink for me every day from fresh herbs she grows.
Yes, all according to Dr. Saperstein's directions, of course.
It's so gross seeing her in this position at the risk of going a little too far into like social commentary, but all these, it's not just men, but the way that a lot of the men in her life handle her, it's a little to watch. I mean, I think it's part of the point, but at the same time,
It's Hutch. He wants to speak to you.
Oh.
I told him you were resting, but he said he couldn't wait.
is that how phones worked?
I haven't been going
I
out.
don't remember that. I can't imagine the psychological torment of, like, what does it feel like to be her right now? Atta girl.
You have been in pain since November.
I was gonna say, I can't imagine being...
He says it's gonna stop.
Why don't you go to see another doctor?
No, he's very good. He was on open end. He sounds like a sadistic
God.
nut.
Rosemary,
You're just
pain
being...
like that is a warning that something isn't right.
She's just
Go see Dr.
great doctor. Yeah, great doctor. Doesn't care at all about your...
Nut.
You can't go on suffering like this.
I won't have an abortion.
Nobody's telling you to have an abortion. Just go to see another doctor, that's all.
Rosemary, you got the best doctor in New York. You know who Dr. Hill is?
Yeah.
That's who he is.
The best doctor. He doesn't have your best interests in mind. He doesn't care about you. Guy sucks. He's a terrible actor.
Hutch is dead. I feel awful. All this time I didn't even think of him.
Well, I guess it's not the old bat that has weird reactions to people's deaths.
is an anagram.
I am Lord Voldemort. That's the silliest thing about this movie yet.
Fine. They're not setting foot in this apartment ever again. And they're not coming within 50 feet of the baby.
They're old people. They have a bunch of old friends. Dr. Shan happens to play the recorder.
I don't want anything more to do with him. Or Minnie. I can't
Why did
take
you go
even
back?
the slightest chance
Why are
with
you
the
talking to
baby's safety.
Saperstein?
Any mother'd feel the same way.
I mean, you still trust the doctor after he, like, revealed confidential information? I mean, you were making so much progress, Rosemary. So much progress.
I have to hang up now. I just wanted to know if there'd been any improvement.
No, there isn't. It was nice of you to call by.
Oh my god. Her husband's a piece of shit.
Dr. Hill's office. Dr. Hill, please. My name is Rosemary Woodhouse. And, would you ask him to call me back right away, please? My number is 475-2598. No. Yes, I mean, well,
I can't wait to see this doctor's reaction because he's a doctor.
Once Mr. Hutchins came to visit me. It was the time I was having this pain, Doctor.
I have
You
a
can't
bad
imagine how much
feeling
I was
about
suffering.
this.
And they wouldn't help me. Nobody would.
I want you to lie down and get some rest.
I don't have a good feeling.
I was sleeping.
God.
Come with us quietly, Rosemary. We're going to go home and rest. That's all.
I knew that prick was a part of
Thank
it.
you for your trouble.
If she goes into freaking labor. Oh my god. Oh fuck.
We're your friends, Rosemary. There's nothing.
Was it the freaking bookcase blocking a door?
There's nothing but a mild sedative to
Please don't. You're gonna be perfectly all right. I give you my absolute word of honor. No, she isn't here, Elise.
What a weird thing.
A boy.
Andy?
Really? Boy. It's
dead. In the wrong position.
Honey, we can have others as soon as you're better. I promise you.
You can start on another in a very few months.
It didn't die. You took it. You're lying. You witches.
Yeah, I know where you got the idea that.
What an
we're
asshole.
rolling witches. But how come you thought that Abe and I joined the party?
What a dick. I don't normally call things when I watch movies, but I don't know what it says. I'm either just like overly involved more than I usually am, but also you have to, introduce the conversation. Like, how many times has this movie been ripped off? How many times have I seen Rosemary's Baby without seeing Rosemary's Baby? That kind of thing. Oh my god. Oh, man.
Rosemary, go back to bed. You know you're not supposed to be up and around.
Is the mother?
Rosemary.
Shut up.
Rosemary.
Shut up, you're in Dubrovnik. I don't hear you.
Wow. Oh god. Is it a demon baby?
What have you
Is
done
it
to its eyes?
He has his father's eyes. Satan is his father, not Guy.
Rachel is longer than longer. Yes, Satan.
Who's that guy? Asshole.
What would you like to drink? Hey, promise me you wouldn't be hurt. And you haven't been, really. I mean, supposing you had the baby and you lost it. Wouldn't that be the same? We're getting so much in return, Ro.
Holy shit. Are you gonna oh my god, if she kills this freaking baby.
You're rocking him too fast.
Sit down.
Oh god.
Rosemary rocking. Go on, sit down with the
Oh, are you gonna stab this freaking demon baby?
Rocky.
This baby of Satan.
Aren't you his mother?
Oh my god. Don't do this. No, don't do this. Don't stop. Don't end. No. Oh god. What? Why? Oh my god. Alright guys, before I give my take on Rosemary's Baby, just remember you can support me by going here. There's a QR code. Get a 30-day free trial of Audible on me, guys. There's a description down below with a link. Follow that, or just go to audibletrial.com/rewatch, not rewatch Ryan, just audibletrial.com/rewatch. It's a great way to support everything I'm doing on the Rewatch Ryan YouTube channel. Get you a 30-day free trial of Audible, and apparently listen to the book that Rosemary's Baby was based off of. How about that? All right, I'm really excited to talk about this. So my mom always says this after we watch movies together, because she doesn't follow movies that well. She always says, well, that's not at all what I thought it would be. That's how I'm feeling. Again, I had no idea what to think of this movie going in, didn't know a lot about it. That was a journey. I'm not gonna lie. It was a descent that I didn't quite expect. And you know, I'm gathering horror movies for this 31 Days, 31 Horrors movie. I get a movie called Rosemary's Baby, starring Mia Farrow. I assume that it has something to do with mothering some kind of possessed baby or a demonic baby, or maybe the baby was dead and then came back to life as some, you know, I expected something like that, but I didn't expect the style in which this movie was told. I mean, there really was sort of this like faux descent into madness kind of thing. There was a sympathetic and an empathetic journey that I went on personally. I mean, I was most affected, as you can tell, when Rosemary seemed to be in a lot of pain. And that was at the point when I really didn't know what was going on. I could guess, I could anticipate, but I didn't really know. So I just basically felt for her and thought about what it would be like to just be in pain for that long. I mean, that's got to be miserable. And the fact that she didn't do anything drastic or awful, I mean, I do laugh a little bit, though, at what that conversation must have been like with the old bats and with Guy early on in the movie. It had to have been done off screen. They sit him down, they go, you know what, Guy? We can get you this role, but we're going to have to use Rosemary as the mother of Satan's baby. Not that general premise, and the fact that it went so far as to convince Guy to do it. I mean, I believe it. I just wish I would have witnessed that scene. It would have completely flipped the entire tone of the movie on its head. But just imagine what that would actually be like for a second. If someone sat you down and proposed making you a famous actor. And you know, obviously Guy is the world's worst. I mean, maybe one of the worst movie husbands I have ever seen. And I think part of where I struggled personally is I really loved the way that this story was told. I loved how weirded out I was by the house and the setting, the atmosphere. It worked. It wasn't as dark and horror-esque as I thought that it would be the entire time. It really progresses through, and it's a slow burn, but I was super involved. I think I got a little bit irritated when Rosemary just didn't seem to grasp the urgency and the issue here. Like, she kind of gave Saperstein way too many chances, just never really processed it entirely. Like, her reaction wasn't like nearly as elevated as I thought it should be, so it didn't really come off as realistic. I mean, I think it really came across that way when she has the scene with her Dr. Hill, I believe the doctor that she wants to be her doctor. When she's explaining everything about it, she's kind of just like, okay, Andy and Jenny, I'll get you out of this. But she's not losing her mind. She's not trying to sign divorce papers. She's not trying to flee the state. I mean, I guess you probably can't board a plane being pregnant. I'm sure there's only so much you can do, but also I think she could have done more. I just didn't buy her reactions. Now, ultimately, it led to more engaging, more intense scenes, but I really, really struggled with that. I think it helps that I was really rooting for her the entire time, though, because I hated the old bats in this movie. I really hated her husband, and that probably kept me going. I loved almost everything about this movie, and I do think that there are still some silly shots. There are some things that I don't think age well. They kind of come off as goofy. I think Mia Farrow, for the most part, was awesome in the role, but yeah, there are some dopey lines, and you saw my reactions probably throughout in the movie when I kind of just rolled my eyes at the thing that was said or the way that something was delivered. But I'm going to eventually stop talking about that kind of stuff. I mean, you'll see me react, but I'm only going to bring that up so many times, especially as I continue to watch movies that are over 40 years old. It's just going to happen. But overall, I'm so happy I knew nothing about the movie. Nothing was familiar. I didn't see anything familiar to me. I thought that would happen. I thought a scene would show up and I'd be like, oh, I saw that during an Oscars montage or something. That never happened. I don't know. I mean, I just love the idea, though, that this movie, the idea of it was basically just like the foil to the Virgin Mary. Mary birthing the Son of God and Rosemary births the son of Satan. I mean, it's kind of interesting in that way. I feel like if I was told that going into the movie, I would have been like super excited. Like, that idea is sick. So it's cool, man. You know, I'm really impressed. Again, it wasn't a 100, but I really appreciated it. I'm so glad that I chose to watch this movie. I really, really am. I can't wait to tell my horror buddies. Shout out to my friend Kevin Marks, who was super excited that I'm doing this. Can't wait to text him and tell him that I really enjoyed Rosemary's Baby. With that said, guys, I believe the next movie tomorrow, when you join me, we are talking Night of the Living Dead. It came out this same year. As far as I know, it's going to be the first George A. Romero movie I have ever seen. So I'm really excited. I don't know how I feel about a zombie movie in the 1960s. I don't know if it's going to be aged like a lot more poorly than these more story-driven movies that I've watched. You know, Psycho, Rosemary. I feel like there's a solid, strong narrative backbone in those movies, but a zombie movie, is it going to age as well? I have no idea, but we're going to find out together. So please tune in tomorrow where I react to Night of the Living Dead. The best way to do that is subscribing to this channel. We've got The Exorcist around the corner, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's going to be sick. Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, @RewatchRyan. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.